Okay?
Hey Fido, nice kiss shirt. And we're Strutter, and we chew them up and we spit them out.
Hi-ho everybody, it's your old pal Powie.
And Fido.
And we're here to welcome you to the
75th
exciting episode of
Hey man, nice kiss shirt. You must be entertainment starved people.
Yes.
If you're watching this.
Yes, you are. And we love you for it.
What are we talking about?
Well, there's one in particular of our faithful adherents that I want to give a shout out to. You may remember last week's episode we talked a little bit about the Gene Simmons vault.
We did.
And I remarked not hearing many of those tracks, being unfamiliar. And you may remember our prize winner from several episodes ago, Mr. Javier Boster. Javier came through in the clutch and sent me a message. Was like, "I'll hook you up, buddy." So I'm going to be getting some CDs in the mail. Thank you so much, Javier.
You get the Gene Simmons.
I almost want to call him Georgie
Because
he was the one who cracked the code on the on Dizzy the Hun's real name.
Dizzy the Hun, yeah, real name.
So
Nice,
again, thank you, my brother.
Nice.
And
that's cool.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were going to get that.
Speaking of the generosity of our KISS brethren, you got some right on your chest right there.
Absolutely, yeah. For the kindness of strangers. John Koyer sent me the DeKoyer and possibly the topic for this episode because we started talking about influences. Who influenced who?
It spurred something. It spurred something deep inside all of us. So you're wearing the DeKoyer, and before I guess we could quickly point out my shirt being in a Live Worldwide 96-97 shirt. I'll throw up a pic. I was just thinking, I do believe I got this at the Louisville show after the Tiger Stadium show in '96.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, indeed, at Freedom Hall. Me and Brian Coggins and Dwayne Tilson.
Sweet. You guys made the trip.
We had a little road trip on this one. But to sort of swivel it back to Destroyer, if I may.
You may.
Swaggle some stuff around.
Swaggle.
And show you what's probably going to be, well, unless you run across those, you know how you run across those crazy deals on eBay, find stuff that isn't Slayer Forever priced.
Shut the fuck
Look
up.
at this. Can I even get it in the shot?
I don't know. Shut the fuck up. Look at that.
Is it right side up even?
It is. You gotta turn it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, it swivels too.
Yeah, it swivels. Look at that, everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Look at that.
Calling it the Destroyer pinball stool.
Yeah, how about that?
So, have a little. Next time you want to get crazy with the cheese whiz, call up a Destroyer. Swivel your butt on one of those. So yeah, that's my little show and tell for the week.
Just a game I play. Al Wilson.
Who was that? Was
Al
that
Wilson.
Al Wilson? Yeah,
Al Wilson.
show and tell.
I thought it was a Lou Rawls kind of thing.
It is. He does have that kind of baritone swag.
So it started off with Pat Finnerty. And
What makes this song stink?
And he did a night hawking on Who Listens to Greta Van Fleet. And I started listening to Greta Van Fleet for probably the second time.
Just a little investigation.
The first time, I didn't like it, and I thought it was extremely derivative of Zeppelin. So I asked my boy John Coy, have you ever heard of Greta Van Fleet? And if you have, what do you think about them? And he said he had their first album, and he liked it. And I mean, I thought it was just incredibly Zeppelin derivative, but with Edith Bunker on lead vocal. To me. And for those of you who know who Edith Bunker is.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Songs that make the hit parade. I can't do it like I used to. Guys,
Because we had it made.
But anyway, so that made me think that we were talking about the Zeppelin influence, which is obvious for them, but Paul Stanley. very much influenced by Led Zeppelin, but not derivative. I mean, I think Making Love is definitely a Zeppelin kind of. That's something that I would hear possibly coming out of Jimmy Page's Les Paul.
You may remember enough to recognize the Zeppelin-esque quality of Radar for Love. You know, there's at the end, there's the whoa, whoa, whoa. There's some that, the plantisms that Paul does. So but it's kind of a black dog. The way the riff is structured in the verse, who knows? Maybe the gods of coincidence will smile upon Drago and he will belch forth Radar for Love today.
I don't think so because I didn't put it in there, did I? Or did you?
You didn't put that one in there?
I don't know it that well. But again, who influenced Kiss the most? And I like to think that Paul Stanley doesn't glaze very many people, besides Paul Stanley. But he did give the love to Steve Marriott in his book. And Steve Marriott is probably one of my, if not my favorite vocalist besides Freddie Mercury. It'd be like Marriott, Mercury, Paul. Like in rock, as far as rock vocals.
Certainly, pound for pound, the diminutive Steve Marriott would obliterate just about any rock vocalist. There's so much rock and roll preacher power coming out of that little dude.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, for me, Robert Plant is maybe 4 because he does come off a little whiny to me sometimes. And that's just me, maybe. Ozzy might be 5th. But Steve Marriott is got to be number 1 for me. And I started talking about the Humble Pie.
Yeah.
And folks, if you're a metal guy and you like metal, and it's like Rob Halford, Bruce Dickinson, guys like that. I mean,
the cats with the high vocals. I mean, everybody, especially the English guys, they all owe a debt. You know, anybody, like you said, from Robert Plant, you know, Coverdale, all of that stateside guy, you know, Axl Rose. Like, I mean, Steve Marriott is just, he's kind of an archetype, you know, for that range. And
absolutely.
And just, yeah, and like I said, his kind of command of the crowd. And
I mean, before the Pie, there was the Small Faces. And they got like super big for a second.
Well, and again, you know, you mentioned people that may not be that hip to Humble Pie. I mean, if you've listened to classic rock radio, you've heard I Don't Need No Doctor.
30 Days in the Hole.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But like the first one in particular, I Don't Need No Doctor, from Rockin' the Fillmore, when Peter Frampton was still in the band.
Right.
He didn't last past, I think, early 72. At any rate, that the fact that album, you know, that's one of the records, Rockin' the Fillmore, that is. That's one of the records that's kind of a template for how Kiss approached Alive. And Slade, Slade's live album was Slade Alive. I mean, they nicked the name right from Slade.
Absolutely.
And both of those records have, you know, they're sort of the British version of that. If you can, I mean, it's just a straight line of influence from those records.
Absolutely. Slade with the anthemic rock songs that Kiss kind of nicked Rock and Roll All Night with it's got a Slade kind of feel with an American sensibility to it. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. It was just the perfect amalgamation. And then now you've gotten me more familiar with Roy Wood and The Move.
Yeah, we spent a few minutes before taping here just going over some stuff and showing Powie some stuff that he hadn't seen, and what did we were watching this one. Was it a Move? Yeah, it was a Move video. There was a bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to make a long story even longer, but The Move was one of those bands that it was a precursor to Electric Light Orchestra, And over the course of that band, the Move started out 66, 60, you know,
65,
like late,
66.
yeah, like early psychedelic, and more jangle pop, more Baroque pop, but they morphed, and then in through lineup changes and whatnot, and just the album Shazam came out in 1970, as did Black Sabbath's first self-titled record, within a couple of months of each other.
Yeah.
Both bands being from Birmingham. The Move was ripe for a change.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of Slade too. That Slade experimented with more of a light touch,
Mm-hmm.
in the mid '60s, but right around Sabbath and the precursor to Sabbath, Earth. When they first four got together, wasn't it still Earth?
I think so.
At
I think
any
it
rate,
was.
yeah, but it's like that air of everybody was getting heavier, and so that Move record, Shazam, there was like a 20-minute documentary on YouTube. Maybe I'll put the link, I'll link that video at the end of ours. But it's pretty interesting that more than once the narration brings up, they were like a clear influence on Kiss and Cheap Trick. And
Super.
I think the only sort of talking head celebrity soundbite in the documentary was Paul Stanley talking about how much he loved the Move.
Absolutely.
So there's your sort of sidebar recommendation.
Yeah, we're going back in time instead of. Well, I mean, we always go back in time usually because music. I mean, now we don't really, But I mean, we were talking about the Greys and the Power Pop and the Jellyfish and stuff. But it's like, what was it that really made Kiss like?
What lit their fire?
What lit their fire, and how did they become the sound that they became? And it was obvious. And one thing we didn't talk about a lot that I don't know a lot about is Leslie West and Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Gene talks a lot about it, and Paul and Ace. I mean, they
were from the same neck of the woods,
basically, yeah.
They were East Coast
Yeah.
guys that got loud and heavy, just the power trio, Corky Lane, Felix Pappalardi, and Leslie. But they made a lot of noise for three dudes. And
Absolutely.
I would imagine
Grand
if I
Funk.
were. Yeah, I mean, I wonder about that too. I mean, because just prior to Kiss, Flint's Own, Grand Funk Railroad, were probably the most commercially successful American rock band, especially among the teens,
Yes.
the teeny boppers. They sold out Shea Stadium, and it was just like
Like I
unheard of. They were the only band to, since the Beatles
Yeah.
to
And
go that big.
That's a thing too. It's like I didn't realize how big Grand Funk was until I moved to San Diego, and I had a friend of mine, Tom Lauren, who was just like, "You're from
the home of Grand Funk
Railroad," and we took Grand Funk for granted apparently because a lot of people really dug them across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I thought it was a regional, local kind of thing.
Yeah, for a while I did. I mean,
they were just another group to me. It's like James Gang, Grand Funk, blah blah blah. It's just
Yeah, I mean it's a little different being here, and yet it seems like you're running into people at the grocery store or just whatever. You're at a party and somebody a little older is talking about you start talking about the concerts you went to, and and I saw Grand Funk. I saw them at the Mike and Tam or whatever, and it's just like I saw Terry Knight in the Pack. Oh yeah, Don Brewer's my cousin, man.
Yeah.
And we do know these people. I mean, we've had Virgil on the show. I mean,
absolutely.
There's but it's just kind of funny when a band, especially out of a city our size, when you get a celebrity rise from that, that everybody's got a story about Grand Funk or what have you.
Mark Farner mowed my lawn.
Maybe that's what I should name this episode.
Mark Farner mowed my lawn.
He's about to mow my lawn. It's getting a little shaggy out there.
I think he does need a gig.
I need a gig.
Yay!
Anybody need a drummer out there?
Anybody need a drummer?
I know Kiss tunes too.
He doesn't have to practice. Where are we going with this? So the move, Slade,
Slade,
the humble pie.
Those were the ones we kind of focused on this evening to kind of get ourselves in that headspace. So in the comments, leave. I mean, obviously, there's a ton of influences.
Absolutely.
Remind
Beatles,
us,
of course.
Remind us of some of the ones that we don't that we haven't mentioned. Speaking of another one of them, saw kind of a cool. Don't get me wrong. I like some of the Smashing Pumpkins stuff. I got no beef with Billy Corgan. I really want to like his interview show more than I do.
I won't watch it.
I'll be honest. He's just for me anyway. He's hard to watch sometimes.
It's so hard to watch that I haven't seen it.
But he did interview Dave Davies the other day, and I'm still. This is specifically for Mike at Rip and Destroy. Still kind of on the fence about whether I might try to make it to Vegas in September to meet Dave and to meet Gene. I've sort of put it out of my mind because
Gene and his enemies,
financial constraints. But no, now Stuart Copeland's going to be there.
Oh shit!
They're still adding keynote peeps to this thing. It's the weekend of September 27th, my birthday. So I don't know, man. I might have to. It just depends on the rest of life. If everything falls into place and I'm down to melt some numbers off a credit card, if it gets your nips hard, do it. Okay. Yeah, it's like you don't know. We're talking about Dave Davies. We're talking about Gene Simmons. These guys aren't going to last forever. Mm-hmm. Neither are we, kids.
Rock
Nothing's
legends,
guaranteed, man. If you can have your fun, make hay while the sun shines. And with that,
let's get into the hay bale.
Do we consult Drago here?
Let's get a.
I don't know why I'm making. I'm trying to make Kiss Meets the Phantom.
It's a talisman that protects our power.
Look, it's rock and roll.
Drago says it's time.
Kiss your face off. It's time for the duel of the century.
Powie always keeps his hand in the hole a little too long,
That's what she said.
Whoa, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's what she said.
It's a big one.
What? Don't tell me. Let's see.
I'm not going to. Say when I can say it.
You're abused.
Say when I can say it. Tell me when I'm allowed. Because you pull yours and then you wait for me? Is that how we do it? Or do you just blab?
I just say it's going to be Let Me Go Rock and Roll versus
Rock and Roll All Night. We talked about this.
Perfect. I'm going to win.
Let Me Go Rock and Roll should have been Rock and Roll All Night.
I want to give a shout out
to the dude,
Mike from Memphis.
Mike from Memphis.
We had this conversation on Instagram the other day. We both it's his favorite Kiss song. Let Me Go Rock and Roll is his favorite Kiss song, and it's one of mine. And we both agree that it should have been the anthem. Not that Rock and Roll Night doesn't have a special story, and it was the zeitgeist and everything hit.
I think it might have been the fact that Let Me Go Rock and Roll was just a little bit too long. It was on Hotter Than Hell. I mean,
yeah,
the alive version should have been. I mean,
you could say that just the fact that Let Me Go Rock and Roll was on Hotter Than Hell was enough of a handicap to sort of. I don't know. It's hard to say with I sort of look at these three tent pole anthems for Kiss being Let Me Go Rock and Roll All Night, and Shout It Out Loud. And out of the three, I've Rock and Roll All Night. I mean, I love the live version.
Absolutely.
I love the tambourine. There are elements of the studio version I love too. But of the three, it's my least favorite.
Yep.
I'm a Shout It Out Loud guy.
I mean, I'm going to defend this because I have to, but Rock and Roll All Night, anybody in the world will tell you that Rock and Roll All Night is better than Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
And everybody can sing it. I want to rock and roll all night.
Just the same as we were talking about the Slade anthem and how Paul basically put a U.S. slap on it.
Yep.
And a melody that it's just an earworm.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hear it, it's Happy Birthday.
It is. It's pretty damn solid.
And it's rock and roll all night.
I love the fact that I can't Let Me Go Rock and Roll at the same time.
Yeah,
same draw.
I mean, I would say that Let Me Go Rock and Roll is a better song just because it just has more solos and it's the instrumentals part of it. It's just it rocks. It goes.
And I think there's a reason. We were talking about this on the last episode, the previous episode, the Great Expectations. We were talking about how much fun it was to do Let Me Go Rock and Roll. It's like, you'll notice that we didn't, when we first got together and these songs were sort of channeling out of us, Rock and Roll All Night was not channeled.
Nope.
We just Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and it felt so good.
It's like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
It's like something's taking over and it ain't me.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
So that's it, man.
But I mean, I like,
of course.
the cultural significance, just the fact that it was referenced on Destroyer. You can hear Rock and Roll All Night on Destroyer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
pretty.
They
that's
really
pretty,
wanted to go, hey, we're the guys that did this.
Kiss was meta before a lot of people were meta. Just by, and I guess you might consider that an Ezranism. It was probably Bob that thought about.
Yeah. Let's remind these
happen.
people what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very smart. But yeah, that's.
I mean, I would say "Let Me Go Rock and Roll" is a better song. So if that's what we're doing, then you win, but just by a nudge.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would consider it. And probably, for most people and not deep cut nerds like us, this would have to be a draw. But, as always, what we really look forward to is your summations in the comments.
Tell us.
Your arguments and your
better,
agreements.
Rock and Roll All Night?
Or Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
You make the call.
Mel Allen, you make the call.
And with that, we bid you adieu.
I'm not going to speak French, but I am going to say, I love you, I need you, I want you. In the morning, I raise my head, and I'm thinking of days gone by. Put your two lips together, kiss that subscribe button, and remember the words of the barbarian.
Play hard.
Play fair.
Nobody hurt.
Hey, man, nice Kiss shirt.
It's the way it goes.
Yeah.